Hey guys, since Christmas is approaching, I thought I would do a what we're doing in our homeschool and our morning basket for the month of December video. I don't think that I've ever done one of these before. I don't think I've ever really put a whole lot of thought into December being different than other months previously. I mean, the last few years I feel like we've definitely been more on the unschooling side, so we've done things a little bit more loose and as they come up. This year I feel like we've got a bit more of a structure, a bit more of a rhythm, and I'm actually thinking about December in November. I didn't want to do a full here's all our December, Christmas, Advent resource video because I feel like there's a lot of them out there and they're great, but a lot of them include the same resources and some of those resources we use, and I just didn't want to be like another video that says a lot of the same things. So I thought I would go specifically into what I plan on us doing in the month of December. So let's maybe start with our morning basket. I didn't do an update on the morning basket since September because originally I thought, oh, I'll do it every month, but it turns out it doesn't change much month to month. We'll switch out like one or two things each month. So eventually it's a new basket, but each month it feels like, oh, it's not a whole lot different than the last month. So I think in the future, maybe starting in January, I'll do like seasonal baskets and share with you what we're going to be doing over like that season. That makes a little bit more sense for us, I think. So if you are new to like the whole morning basket idea, pretty much it's just a selection of resources that you do together as a family, generally at the start of your homeschool morning. And for us, it's a time for us to come together, do a little bit together before the kids go off and do their separate things. So we are going to be continuing the How Great Is Our God devotions by Louis Giglio. We're enjoying these. We are, let's see here, 90 pages in. So we do our morning basket a few days a week, depending on how many days we're doing school that week and stuff. They're good. My kids are ages 9 and 12. They're maybe a little bit beyond this sometimes. Like some of them are for, I feel like, their age, and some of them are for a little younger. My only issue is I wish they would use a different Bible translation or paraphrase. They use the ICB. Oh, is that the International Children's Bible, or what does that stand for? I can't actually find it in here. And I just wish maybe it would be a little bit more of a standard Bible, International Children's Bible, yeah. Like the ESV or the CSB, something like that. But yeah, we're enjoying this. We'll continue this. Then for the holiday season, we're going to be incorporating this book. It's a collection of timeless stories and poems. It's called A Classic Christmas. There's stuff in here from Louisa May Alcott, Charles Dickens, Hans Christian Andersen, and more. And so it has a few different short stories. So the first one it has is A Christmas Carol. It's got two short stories from Louisa May Alcott. The Dickens Christmas Carol is like 150 pages. The other short stories in here are closer to like 10-ish pages. There's some from L.M. Montgomery, Hans Christian Andersen, Harriet Beecher Stowe, and then there's also a collection of Christmas poems. Poems by like Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, and there's like 10 or so in here. So I don't know, we'll just read a collection of these. I don't think we're going to do A Christmas Carol this year, but some of the other short stories and the poems we'll be reading from here. Then I know that we definitely started this book one year. I don't remember if we finished it. It's The Imagination Station, Adventures in Odyssey. This is Danger on a Silent Night. So this is like biblical fiction. Cousins Patrick and Beth travel through the imagination station back to, where do they go? The first Christmas. So they learn about what happened there. I think, okay, she ends up in the palace of Herod the Great, and he's in the desert caravan with astronomers, so the wise men heading for Jerusalem. So that would not actually be, because, well, I guess maybe they're taking the standard thought of biblical line, because if they're following the wise men, that's generally 2 years-ish after Jesus was born, and not like the year of his birth, but whatever. Interesting conversations to have. So there's that we'll read. I don't know how many chapters are there, probably like a chapter a day. The writing, the font is massive, so it will be a fairly quick read. Yeah, there's like 15 chapters, so start that at the beginning and be done that before Christmas. And then one thing that we are doing lately is using some of the stuff from this 30 Days Has September. I just shared this in my library haul. So this is a variety of interesting ways for kids to retain facts, memorize things, and then interesting things for kids to memorize. So we're making sure that they know their continents, their oceans. We've been talking about the Great Lakes, memorizing that. There's a bunch of different things in here. It's because of this that we all know King Henry VIII and his wives, the divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived. Some fun stuff, some useful stuff, some like pointless knowledge, but it's been fun. And then we just finished the bedtime math book that we've been going through. So we're gonna do another Laura Over Deck resource. And this one is how many guinea pigs fit on an airplane? And there are questions like that, and then she shows you how to do the math. So this one is actually, the first one is how many guinea pigs fit on an airplane. And so she like talks about how you're gonna pack them onto the plane, how many cubic meters of space, and therefore, just in case you're curious, approximately 472,500 guinea pigs fit on an airplane. Yeah. So we're gonna be doing this stuff. It's actually pretty interesting, like how many birds would it take to pick you up and fly with you? And I'm sure that's gonna depend on the kind of bird. How many bees does it take to make a jar of honey? So the first section is animals. So it does animal math, and then nature gone wild, math for your mouth, your life in numbers, earth and friends, and how to do it in your head. 7 slick tricks to amaze your friends. So we'll be working through this for the next while, but starting this in December. And then in addition, we'll be doing Christmas picture books. I don't have a ton of resources for that right now. We do have some Christmas picture books, but I prefer my Christmas picture books to generally be Christ focused. Although we do squeeze some other ones in there. Just to give you an idea of a couple that we have here. I have Winter's Gift. This one's actually a really cool story about a horse that's lost, and that's all I'll say about that. And then this one is kind of funny because my husband's coworker gave it to us. It's a porcupine in a pine tree, a Canadian 12 Days of Christmas. So it's fun. But I'm going to be getting a bunch of picture books from the library, and we'll be adding one of those into our morning basket each morning as well. Another thing we'll be doing in December is our menu pages, as what I've called them. I kind of regret calling it this. I had the idea and it just stuck, and that's what it is. It's just a page with a variety of different facts about different things. I guess this one has Advent readings, famous birthdays, some poems, other things. We're going to be learning the countries of Africa. There's a art study thing, and then historical events. So it's just a page. I'm going to print one off for each of my kids, put it into a page protector, and we're going to be looking at this throughout December. And there is a site, a page on my website where you can get more resources for this, some videos, and then also like a larger image of the picture and other things like that. So we did this starting in November, and we're continuing it through December with a December one. One resource that I used or bought for Advent years and years ago, and have honestly never used, is Slow and Sacred Advent by Jennifer Naraki. So she passed away a few years ago now from cancer, but I do think that you can still buy this. So it has weekly Advent readings. I printed this out years ago. I just printed out the first page on like colored cardstock. And then I think this is not the first page. Somehow I'm missing the first 17 pages of mine. So I'll have to look for that because it starts on page 18. But number 1 is the first Sunday of Advent. So the theme here is Jesus, the seed brings hope. So she's got the symbol is the seed, responsive reading, verses, songs, reflections, actions, handicrafts, a recipe, copywork, catechism, and prayer. And then there are some copywork pages. I think they were at the back and stuff, and some coloring pages and stuff. So I think we're gonna give this a try this year. See how it actually goes. I don't know why I didn't do this years ago, although often Advent sneaks up on me. I wish it was just December 1st, because then I feel like my brain is in the right space. But the last Sunday in November, I'm generally not quite there yet. So I'm gonna give this a try this year. And then the last things that we're mostly going to be doing in the month of December are our nature unit for the month of December, and this one is a little different than normal. So I'm basing this off of the, I'm totally blanking on what it's called now, Exploring Nature with Children curriculum, and I've been making different guides to kind of go along with it. And this one, she has like the 12 days of Christmas, so we'll be doing a lot of like craft stuff for a week. Some of it will be like nature crafts, but it's a little different than previous ones where you're like going out and finding things. I mean, you can go out and find the nature stuff for your crafts, but it's a bit of a different focus, I find. I'm gonna insert a clip into what the nature unit looks like right away, but both these menu pages and the nature unit could be purchased on my shop, or if you sign up for the annual membership that I have, it's only $30 for the year. You get both of those for free, plus a ton of other stuff worth much more than $30, and currently a $50 gift card for my shop if you sign up before the end of the year. So I'll jump into my nature unit look into it here. Okay, me and Tolkien are going to give you a look inside the December nature unit, and also there's definitely background noise of a child listening to an audiobook too loud, but this is homeschooling. So for December, there's a couple different themes, 4 themes. So there's Christmas plants, and each of the weeks includes 4 pages of activities slash nature walk. So we're going to be looking more at Christmas plants. There's a cat tail. Drawing some different Christmas plants, and then there's a nature walk for each week that covers 2 pages. The next one is winter birds. So you're going to be looking into the winter birds that are around you, doing a winter walk. The other prompt, or I guess theme, for December is winter solstice. So we're going to be recording sunrise and sunset times. Doing that, we're going to be looking at some artwork. And then the last theme is the 12 days of Christmas, like I said. So I've got some like winter craft ideas and the nature walk as usual. So that gives you a little look inside there. And then in addition to the nature unit and what I've already shown, we are also going to be continuing with math a little bit. And my daughter is working on an England research unit. So the research unit is in my shop as well. And then math, my son is continuing, well, they both are, but my son is more into it with the good and the beautiful math. And I do plan on doing a review on that, possibly next week or soonish. During the month of December, I am doing a video from the 1st of December to the 24th every single day on my booktube channel talking about books and different things. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be posting here in December or even next week, because I don't think next week will quite be December yet, because I'm prepping for that. So if I can manage to do both, I will. If not, this will be put on pause for the month of December, but you can always follow me on Instagram, join the membership. I'm adding stuff in there for free for them all the time, and I'll be back in the new year for sure. If you guys are doing specific stuff for Christmas, Advent, during the month of December, let me know. I'm curious to check out some of the resources. We plan on only doing school until, I think the 16th is the Friday, whatever that Friday is there. And we're going to be taking a few weeks off and just relaxing and enjoying time as a family and focusing on the true meaning of Christmas, which is Jesus' birth and all that he did for us. So I hope, if I can't see you before Christmas, I hope you guys have a great Christmas.